Hello, listen while you work, drive, or instead of sitting in silence, so you can at least say you learned something with these random facts. Hibernating animals don't dream. Sleep is more physiological active state than hibernation, which requires animals to substantially reduce all activities to conserve energy. There's simply not enough brain activity while an animal is hibernating to enable dreaming. The only exception to this rule is the fat tailed lemur. Pine trees can be an indication that it's going to rain. If you look at pine cones on a pine tree, if they're closed, it's because the air is humid, which can indicate rain is on its way. You can't fold a piece of A4 paper more than 8 times. As the number of layers doubles each time, the paper rapidly gets too thick and too small to fold. The current world folding record belongs to California high school student Brittany Gallivan, who was in 2002 managed to fold 1.2 kilometer long piece of tissue paper 12 times. The sharpest teeth in history didn't belong to sharks or even dinosaurs. They came from conodonts, tiny eel like creatures that lived 500 to 200 million years ago. Fastest jet in the world can fly almost 10 times the speed of sound. The fastest jet is NASA's X-43 experimental plane, three of which were built in total. The design was meant that they had to the design meant they had to be dropped from Boeing B-52 in order to fly. Your brain burns 400 to 500 calories a day. That's about a fifth of your total energy requirements. Most of this is concerned with largely automatic process of controlling your muscles and processing sensory input, although some studies have showed solving tricky problems increase your brain's metabolic requirements too. Our dead cells are eaten by other cells in our body. When cells inside your body die, they are scavenged by phagocytes, white blood cells, whose job is to digest other cells. Smells can pass through liquid. Bats aren't blind. Despite the famous idiom, bats can indeed see. But they still use their even more famous echolocation to find prey. Plants came before seeds. According to fossil record, early plants resembled moss and reproduced with a single celled spore. Multicellular seeds didn't evolve for another 150 million years. You can see stars as they were 4,000 years ago with the naked eye. Without a telescope, all the stars we can see lie within about 4,000 light years of us. That means that most you're seeing stars as they were 4,000 years ago around the time when pyramids were built in Egypt. Sea level isn't actually level. As the strength of the force generated by the Earth's spin is strongest at the equator, the average sea level bulges outward there, putting it further from the center of the Earth than at its poles. Differences in the strength of the Earth's gravity at different points also cause variation. The new car smell is a mix of over 200 chemicals. These include the sickly sweet toxic hydrocarbons, benzene, and toluene. Murder rates rise in the summer. Ever feel angry or in bad mood when the weather is hot? Well, you're not alone. Violent crime goes up in hotter weather, and in the U.S., murder rates reportedly rise by 2.7% over the summer. Glass sponges can live for 15,000 years. Giraffes hum to communicate to one another. It's thought that low frequency humming could be a form of contact call between individuals who have been separated from their herd. It rains methane on Saturn's largest moon. Titan is the only moon in the solar system with dense atmosphere and the only body except Earth with liquid rivers, lakes, and seas fed by rainfall. This rainfall isn't water, though, it's liquid methane. The average dinosaur lifespan was surprisingly small. The Tyrannosaurus rex, for example, reached full size between 16 and 22 years old and lived up to 27 to 33 years. Beavers don't actually live in dams. Technically, beavers live in a lodge that they build behind the dam within a deep pool of water. Electrons might live forever. Scientists have estimated the minimum lifetime of an electron is about 6.6 times 1,028 years. It's actually fine to drink alcohol in most antibiotics. It is unlikely that drinking alcohol in moderation will cause a big problem if you're taking common antibiotic. Earth is 4.54 billion years old. Using radiometric data, scientists have discovered the Earth to be 4.54 billion years old. Flamingos aren't born pink. They actually come into the world with white gray feathers and only develop a pinkish hue after starting a diet of brine shrimp and blue green algae. If the Earth doubled in size, trees would immediately fall over. This is because surface gravity would be doubled. It would also mean dog size and large animals would not be able to run without breaking a leg. The moon is shrinking, but only very slightly by about 50 meters or 164 feet in radius over the last several hundred million years. Mysterious seismic activity, known as moonquakes, could be to blame. A lightning bolt is 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. You remember more dreams when you sleep badly. Mirrors facing each other don't produce infinite reflection. Each reflection will be darker than the last and eventually fade into invisibility. Mirrors absorb a fraction of energy of the light striking them. The total number of reflections a mirror can produce, a few hundred. A rainbow on Venus is called a glory. You don't like the sound of your own voice because of the bones in your head. This is because the bones in our head make our voice sound deeper. Our immune system can detect bad bacteria from good. The immune system detects pathogen patterns through receptors and will mount an attack simultaneously. It will cooperate with microbes and beneficial bacteria. Animals can be allergic to humans. Animals can be allergic to our dead skin cells, dander. These allergic reactions can be just like ours too, including breathing difficulties and skin irritation. There you have it. A few short facts to get you through the day.